The election is fast approaching, and politicians are coming up with mouth-watering promises. May I also remind you that in this 2023 makes it 30 years, the freest and truest election in Nigeria was annulled. And so I want to talk about the man, P2P. I am not here to campaign for him, but I'm here to say certain things I know for the sake of posterity. He didn't ask me to do this, but I want to put some records straight. Based on some of his interviews, which people doubted him, and so many people called him a liar, I want to say something based on those interviews, and then say the facts here. There was a time he was granting an interview and was talking about his conduct to church service or religious worship centers, how he behaves whenever he's late in the church. I would say in 2013, around May, when we were having our Diocese Synod at St. Mary's Parish, Ukpo, Governor P2P was in the church. He was a bit late. And I saw him walking down to the church all alone with nobody following him. I was the director of the security of the diocese, and I was outside with some soldiers and DSS men. So I saw him walking, coming in, and then I stopped him and said, Your Excellency, you're going inside the church. Where are your security men? Nobody's following you. Why are you? He said, because as at that time he was late to the church and he didn't want to move in with everybody. He asked them to wait somewhere. They can walk in while he wouldn't like to disrupt the service. And so I followed him. I said, okay, can I walk you to the church? He pleaded with me and pleaded and pleaded. We had argument for some minutes outside. He said, please, I beg you, let me just walk in quietly. I don't want anybody to notice my presence in this place. It was like a very heated argument. I was pleading with him, say, Your Excellency, you can't just walk in like that. He was busy pleading with me, please, I beg you. He said it in Igbo, Biko, Kamba, Kanje Bele, Achoronka, Inye Ndemadu Nsobu, like in Igbo language. I kept on following him. I followed him to the door that will lead him inside the church. He stood there and said, please, I beg you, please, don't follow me inside. This man practically, entered the church quietly without nobody noticing until the bishop saw him, and then he was properly introduced. Such a conduct is quite emulating because he said it and some people felt he was lying. I've written something concerning that because I was an eyewitness of what happened on that very day. Then again, he talked about security, that is going to secure the country. And that when he was the governor of Anambra State, he made use of the vigilante. He worked with them and made sure that every part of the state was properly protected. So some people were also doubting that. As the director of security of my diocese, I worked together then with the army. I worked together with the police, the community vigilante, the DSS. There was a proper synergy between us. We do have meeting together. Meeting with the local government vigilante, meeting with church security outfits, and then having some meeting with some leadership of the agencies, security agencies in the state. P2P provided security he encouraged security for religious worship centers, not only churches, but Muslims. Every Friday, the mosques in Anambra State are properly protected. And then he encouraged churches to have their own security outfit too. And then while doing that, they work together with the state police, work together with the police. They also work together with the community vigilante, local government, and then respective divisional police officers. He also provided utility vehicles for churches. And I am saying this as a witness because it's in this society today, we wait for people to die before we say good things about them. He provided utility security vans, I think which they bought from Innocent. I went there with the former President General of Akwese Town Union, the late Sir Austin Ezepoe. We went to the government house and we couldn't see him, even the deputy governor. And then we were able to meet up with Professor Stella Okon. I think she was commissioner for information then. We laid our complaints to her, dropped our letter, and a few days Governor Peter Obi's government provided those vehicles for the church or churches to use. I'm sure he gave to Anglican, Catholic, and some other denominations so that they can use it to parade the church premises to make sure that they were well protected. There was also what he called Anambra State Scorecard. In that Anambra State Scorecard, he invites the who is who in the society. You will see the religious representatives of the bishops, pastors of different denominations. He invited people to come and speak. Aliko Dangote, Chief Emeka Anyoko, and I think Gozie Ikedife, and who is who in Anambra State. They gathered there. He will come there to tell them, give them account of his leadership in the state. He's an example to the society. It's a practical example of what leadership should be. So I came out here to make this video to say something concerning him. And so Nigerians, this is an opportunity for you to make the right choice. This is an opportunity for you to make the right decision. This is an opportunity for you to decide the right person that will lead our nation, to decide the right person that has conscience, that understands the plight of the masses. And I am boldly saying here that those things I witnessed him, which he did in his own time as a governor, I believe if given an opportunity, he will still do that. So I'm not here to campaign for him, but for posterity's sake and for the sake of record, I am putting this video so that people will watch it, they can share it, you will see it, you will see all the things he did. So my dear people, do not sell your vote, don't sell your PVC, don't let any politician hoodwink you into manipulating your conscience, or for you to collect wrappers and salt and food and money that will make you to vote a wrong candidate in power, and then we're going to suffer another 8 years. We need light, we need good road, we need good governance, we need to enjoy the dividends of democracy, and this is the time. If you are a youth and you're still very young, maybe between the ages of 40, 30, or 20, or maybe 45 or 50, this is your opportunity. We must not mortgage the future of Nigeria to men that does not care about what will happen in Nigeria, that only cares about their pockets and will settle their fellow people, their fellow politicians that supported them. This is the right time for us to take a decision. This is the right time for us to do what is right. This is the right time for us to say enough is enough, that we don't want tribalism again. We don't want people to be judged based on religion. This is the time we have to stand and create a better history for our nation. Thank you very much, and I wish Nigerians a better electoral year. My name is Franklin Moore. God bless you all. Thank you.